CJ, so with a backup quarterback, does the defense feel more pressure or more of an obligation to really hold up the end of the bargain to make sure they can make the job as easy as possible for Mike White?
In a sense, yeah. We want to do our best to take all the pressure off our quarterback as we can. Obviously, getting them the ball back as quickly as possible, getting 3 and outs, getting turnovers, creating good field position for our offense. So yes, that's as a team, as a football player, that's kind of things that defense talk about when we're going through adversity with having our starting quarterback out. Not saying we're trying to give our offense an outing, or not saying Mike White not preparing or anything like that, but that is something we try to pride ourselves in.
Were you close to playing Sunday, and do you expect to play this week?
Last week was just like this week. It was a little different because the injury was a little more fresh, so me practicing probably wouldn't have been as beneficial as I am practicing now. But Sunday last week, I did my warm-up, so it was still kind of like a game-time decision. This week, practice has been going well with my reps, so it's still a day-to-day thing. So as far as I know, as long as everything keep progressing the way it is, it look like I'll be playing Sunday. But I definitely want to take it day-to-day. Don't want to overdo it because with those type of injuries, if you tweak it again, it can be another few weeks out. So I definitely don't want to do that.
When you were on the sideline, you were watching what happened last week. What was that like? How tough was that? Seeing what the defense was.
Yeah, it was very tough, especially because a lot of they gave us a few new formations, here and there, but for the most part, it was things that we've seen. Unfortunately, our linebacker group took a hard hit in that game, so we had guys come in and step up, but we just couldn't get the job done. But one thing about this team, about this defense, about our coaching staff, we're really resilient, and everybody, we came in Monday, we swallowed our pride, we all watched the film, we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it was unfortunately a lot of ugly on the film, but we came to work Monday. Everybody came in Tuesday, got their treatment. The past few days been great, far as guys moving on to the next opponent, locking in, doing the right thing. So. Hopefully we can keep it rolling for tomorrow, as far as getting the week set up and bring it on Sunday.
I was going to ask, how do you think after all that, the pride and everything, how do you think the defense is going to respond this week? Because that's a tough team you're playing.
Yeah, I think we're going to respond really well. It's another great challenge, one, because we get another opportunity to play, and also we have an offense coming in that's been making big plays and a lot of explosive plays. So for our back end and for our linebackers. For our defensive line, trying to get Joe off the spot and do a great job in this run game, because with Mixon, once he gets going as well, he can be a dual threat running back. So collectively, the whole defense is gonna have another challenge, and we're ready for it.
CJ, do you think that was a case of? The defense has had so many injuries. Did it just get to the point where you just lost one too many guys and it became too much last week for all the young guys in there?
We didn't start off great with the starters that we had in at the beginning. But obviously, when you get so many injuries, and think about a lot of players that did get hurt are core special teams players too. So we got guys going in left and right on special teams, going in on defense, different spots. We definitely don't make any excuses for guys getting in and when they get their chance, get their name called, stepping up. But it was just one of those dog days in the NFL. Guys get hurt, people got to come in, step up. Just got to control what you control. And what happened Sunday happened. We looked on it. We corrected what we had to. The guys that we lost, think about Sherwood, think about Blake, a few others. Missing them for the remainder of the season. But those are our brothers. But at the end of the day, we have to step up and do our job for them, for all the stuff that they did, and that's kind of been our thought process. Not really making an excuse and be like, oh man, we don't have these guys anymore. What are we going to do? Is the next man coming up and getting in their playbook and doing their job to make sure that we don't miss a beat going in.
A lot of people on the outside thought that the loss of you for that game was a big factor. Probably a lot of people on the inside too. Do you take it upon yourself, feeling pressure that, okay, I'm back now, I got to somehow hold this thing together?
Pressure, no. It's my job now. When I play to have the type of ability as far as situational awareness, knowing the defense, being the signal caller, captain, et cetera, et cetera. But it's part of the game. People get injured. Football is 100% injury rate, And when one guy goes down, Coach Rudy doesn't like when we say, next man up, but because that's our brothers and all that. But when a guy goes down, it's the next man's job to know what they need to do. It's the next man's job to know what the opponent's going to do, and that's on offense, defense, and special teams. So even though I was hurt and other players was hurt, and it's a long season still ahead. Things are going to happen that we can't control. We just have to make sure that we take it upon ourselves as men to stay in our playbook and be ready when our numbers call.
How much of a boost will getting Jared Davis back be for the defense?
I would say it's honestly more so a boost because he's a veteran. He's a veteran linebacker. He's a very smart linebacker, and he's a leader. As soon as he got back on the field, he was in the huddle, calling up, giving his 2 cents, his speeches. So it's just exciting to have him back out there moving. Whether he's out there 100% or whether he's out there, 95%, just his presence and just his mindset and his voice is going to help this team, help this defense.
You guys kind of flew around together during the summer, during camp. Did you kind of develop a really good rapport during camp, together, work in the middle?
I honestly think so. Unfortunately, he got hurt the Green Bay game. I felt like we was really starting to click and kind of figure out, how we play with each other, how we communicate, things like that. And also we were still learning the defense. This is everybody first year in this defense. So, going back to last weekend, if you look at that, and just fast forward a year or two later, that game is going to be a stepping stone for this team and for this defense, because we all gonna have to go through that growing pain together. We all gonna have to be like, all right, we try to do something with this defense, with this scheme, and it didn't work. So that's one thing about this game. It's always like chess. You got to try different pieces and see what works. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it go bad, but you hope to get more wins than losses, obviously. But like I said, we getting pieces back. JD is a big factor in that, so we just got to put one foot forward and keep working.
Do you see this week as another game day decision for you in terms of status?
I do. So it's, like I said, as long as everything keep progressing how it's been, I see myself playing this Sunday. So I'm not looking to have any setbacks. So I'm just staying smart in practice, maintaining my reps, getting my treatment, things like that.